I saw you got a puppy, man. And he's like, yeah, I got a puppy. And I told him, bro, I would have never gotten a puppy, man, when I started Bravo. That's just a distraction for me. I had a guy that went over to the shop a couple of days ago. He wanted some business insight, and I'm always for it. I know him because he used to work for us.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you mentioned Gloria. You know, when we started Bravo, we got pregnant with Gloria. And this guy, he was at our shop, and you know, I was talking to him, and he was asking me like, man, you know, what can I do? Because he wants to get a holster company started. And I'm like, dude, awesome, do it, man. You know, and I told him, you know, I was honest with him, and just, you know, I was hard at sometimes, and I hope I was encouraging as well. But he told me that he got a dog. He goes, yeah, he got a little puppy, Great Dane, beautiful little dog. And actually, I saw it on his stories. And I told him, I said, man, dude, in the beginning, it's work, it's crazy. You're just gonna bleed from your knuckles, man, and you're gonna lose fingernails, and you're gonna eat dirt, just all that. But look, it's all worth it. And I told him, I said, I saw you got a puppy, man. And he's like, yeah, I got a puppy. And I told him, bro, I would have never gotten a puppy, man, when I started Bravo. That's just a distraction for me, because you know, when I started, it was, I was just so zoned, laser focused. And for me to like, hey, let's get a dog, let's get a puppy. Like, no, man, like, because that would have taken, now you got to take them out to pee, you got to take them out to walk, you got to, whatever it is, you got to bathe them. For me, I'd rather be making a holster back then than bathing my dog or taking him out to walk, right? And so I was just so laser focused because I knew we had something. I didn't really know what it was or how big it was going to get. This is all a surprise to us. But I knew we had something. So, you know, we went in there and we grinded it out. You know, I sound like a broken record. It's almost so cliche, but it is the truth. But I remember telling him, like, bro, I would have never gotten a puppy, man. You know, in where you're at right now, because that's just going to take away time. But, you know, when Gloria came along, that was tough, because I remember you were making belt loops. You know, and she was only like a month old, and you know, it was crazy. Yeah. And again, I don't recollect that well, but I don't know if you can, I don't know, maybe just share that with us, like how crazy that was, because you also spoke about having somebody that is going to that is going to be there with you, and that's going to help you, and that's going to support you. And so you were that support for me. You never told me like, babe, come to bed, or you need to stop doing this. Not that you didn't feel it. I'm sure you did. I mean, it's nice when we both go to bed and, you know, we'll watch Seinfeld or whatever. But there was a time where we weren't doing that at all. It was tough, right? Yeah. But you understood, I guess you understood me and how I was built. And so it was almost like, did you feel like, I'm not going to be able to change him, so let's just do this? Did you feel that way?
I think it was more like, just know. I don't know. It's God knowing the plan that he already had for us. I think one of the things, the only thing that I can say is that when you worked on your scout, that you did it until you completed it. Yes. That's, I think, what the Lord used for me to see. He's going to start this, Angie, and he's going to finish it. Get out of the way, you know, type of thing. Like I knew, I don't know how I knew it. I don't know how I did not become a nagging wife. I don't know. I just believed that God knew what he was doing. I believed in what you were doing. I knew that what you were doing was for the family. You never once did it out of greed for yourself or pride. You just believed it, like you knew it. And I just knew my role there was to be your support. And, you know, late nights and having people working in our garage, in our house, was not the funnest, but I jumped in and I helped out as much as I could. I just know that it's our relationship with the Lord that also played the major part in this, knowing my role, you know, as your wife, as your supporter, as your helper, and believing in what you could do. And I think the Lord placed that project that you had, which was just a minor project on the Scout, but seeing how you just did it, even when it was hard and we barely had money to buy the parts that you needed, I just saw something that's what the Lord used. Like, he's going to start this, and you need to make sure that he finishes. Like, you need to make sure you're there to see him complete it. But yeah, there was moments that it's like, are you going to go to bed early? Are you going to be at the shop all weekend? You know, but I always kept it, because I knew it wasn't me. Like, it wasn't what I wanted you to hear. In other words, you know, like, there's some times where you know when to hold your tongue and when to let it loose, you know?
Yeah, I think if you would have told me I need you at home, that would have just broken me, and I Bravo wouldn't have been where it's at. You know, I think you are one of the biggest reasons why Bravo is where it's at, because not because you're out there making holsters, but because, like you said, you stepped out of the way and you helped me. Not in stepping out of the way, because you did a lot of stuff too. But if you would have told me, like, I need you to come home at 5 every day because I need you here and I can't handle the kids and blah blah, man, and I don't mean blah blah blah, because those I understand. Look, kids, no one works harder than a stay-at-home mom. I mean, that's just bottom line in the story. But just the cliche of it, right? Like, I can't handle the kids, or, you know, I'm having to make dinner every night. If you would have, I probably would have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't have been where it's at.
Yeah.
That would have weighed so heavy on me, that it wouldn't allow me to go out there and just free my mind and just concentrate on Bravo. When I get there, when I leave in the mornings, and as soon as I'm driving, I'm already thinking, like, what are we gonna do today? Blah blah. I'm already like, the wheels are turning, right? The gears are in motion. And when I get there, it's like, I am in my office and I am just free to take this blessing and turn it into a bigger blessing.
Yeah.
And there's no, the kids need this, and you know, and you know, you need to come home right now because I can't handle Rini Jr. or like nothing. There's nothing like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I'll get phone calls from friends during work. I don't answer because I'm just so focused. Now, if they leave a message or send me a text like, hey bro, of course, man. But if you're gonna call and say hi, call and say hi at 8:00 at night. Don't call and say hi at 2 in the afternoon or at 10 in the morning, because I don't have time to say hi, man. Text me. And yeah, man, all right, cool, thanks. So you pay more attention to the guys that DM you that you don't even know than your friend? Yes, because you're my friend and you're supposed to understand. Those guys,
they're customers.
They're customers. And I will do anything for my customers. If I'll do anything for my friends, I'll do anything for my customers. And that's the mentality that I have. It's just, but I have it because I'm free when I go. There's no ball and chain. There's no, you know, and there's none of that. And that's why I say this was God.
Yeah.
God put this in motion. You're right. Working on the Scout, that was tough. But man, I sold that Scout for $8,000, and I bought it for $1,200. Right? And how much did I spend? They gave me the engine. I did the engine myself. I know Josh, remember, he helped me a little bit. Yeah, and I think I paid him for some of it. I found the wheels, the lift. I just did a spring over axle lift. I bought a welder. I welded. I painted the car. I just did everything. It was because it was the grind. And look what it did. It brought in $8,000, right? And so, yeah, I spent maybe another $1,500 on parts. Okay, so it was a good profit. Now, all my time, yeah, if I paid myself minimum wage, I would have lost, right? I get that. But it was either that or just sit and watch a football game. Like, forget football, man. I don't care about Peyton Manning in the yard. I don't even have the verbiage because I don't even care for football. And I don't even care for baseball as much anymore. I used to love going dove hunting, and now it's like I'd rather just sit at home on a legal notepad and just draw out what's next for Bravo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's me. I don't need 10 friends around me. I'm sorry, man. I'm being honest, babe. I'm being honest. I need friends. Yes, we all need friends. We all need people to hang on. Yes, but I don't need 20. I don't need 15. I've got the friends that I grew up with, they're here, man. And I go see them every once in a while. And then I've got other friends that I've made when I, became a Christian. That's it. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like I'm made for this. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah.
And going back to I wouldn't have bought that puppy, man.